What do you get when you mix a driving force with a community open to new experiences? A community theater that feeds the needs of so many, young and not so young, extroverts and those wishing to be extroverts, creative talents of all kinds, and a dream called Gateway Players Theater.
Well, back in 1975, a woman by the name of Aileen Lau moved to the area, and when she got here, she said, "What? No theater? We have to do something about that." Initially, Aileen Lau, the driving force behind the theater, used local schools, businesses, and community spaces to put productions together. Set pieces were constructed at an AO donated shop, auditions held at area schools, rehearsals held wherever space could be found, and performances were done at local schools.
When my mother came home one day, I was looking to see how I could meet girls. This was 1975. I graduated from college and, she was the matchmaker. So she said, "Why don't you try out?" Well, I'm a terrible actor. I can sing and dance, sort of. Terrible actor, but I was a singing, dancing sailor and anything goes.
My first show with Gateway was in 1979. I was in My Fair Lady, and I'm a high soprano and I sang tenor. As usual, Gateway did not have enough men, so that was my joy in life.
I was first involved with Gateway Players when I did the show Cabaret in 1984. I was a waiter in that show, and I was nominated for an Eileen Award for doing that show. So that was a nice way to start off at Gateway.
In 1977, Ruth Wells purchased the town's historic Dresser House and donated it to the Quinebaug Council for the Arts. In the beginning, the Carriage Barn became known as the Gateway Barn, housed a costume collection and scene shop space in the basement. For the next 35 years, Gateway Players called the barn home.
The barn was a magical place. It was a grungy, weird, odd place, but it was ours, and it was almost like a clubhouse. The green room was freezing in the winter because there was no heater, so we're sitting down there with blankets wrapped around us, and then we'd go up on stage, and you'd never know that we would just come out of an ice box.
I can remember one time we were backstage waiting for entrances, and one of the characters had a trench coat on. This particular woman, Joni, really hated bats. And so this bat came diving down and she grabbed the trench coat, wrapped it around her head, and wouldn't come out until we told her the bat was gone. It was really funny. I don't know what would have happened if her scene came up while she was scared. She made it through.
It was a place, it was a destination. People knew when they came up that driveway at the Arts Center on 11 Main Street, at the end of the driveway was the barn, the Gateway Arts Barn.
It's nostalgic that we're no longer there. We have incredible memories at the barn. We have incredible memories at the basement of the barn, where we all wrote on the walls, "Here I am." But that's where I started, at the barn.
Southbridge may be small, but in this town, the arts have always echoed louder than expected. For families without Broadway access, Gateway was Broadway.
People having it local means that they don't have to go to Boston, they don't have to go to Springfield, certainly don't have to go and pay high prices down at Broadway. They can see shows in their local community that they might not be able to see anywhere else because they're not being put on anywhere else.
Community theater is so important to have, especially in this area. It really allows for a creative outlet, and there are a lot of kids in this area specifically that have struggles and life ordeals that are just really hard to deal with. And being on stage, it takes you to a whole nother realm. You get to be somebody and pretend that the real world is just this little subset.
Before I got on stage, I was so nervous. Like, my heart was beating, I was shaking. And then the second I got on stage, it all just went away.
Same thing with me, like becoming your character. Like, once you get how your character is really fun, being like yourself and then becoming your character on stage.
I feel like I wouldn't have known that feeling if I didn't find Gateway, so it's pretty awesome.
You can express yourself as much as you want or as little as you want, and the directors can bring things out of you that you never knew you had.
You don't need to be the tallest or the shortest or the prettiest or the fairest of them all. Just show up, because most of you will actually find a home in theater.
Having a community theater in this area is, I think it's a tremendous asset, because you see people from all the surrounding towns. We don't do a lot of community events with people from Dudley and Charlton and Sturbridge and Southbridge, but now when you go to Gateway, it ties everybody together, and it makes us the tri-community that we are.
But I think for a community theater, this gives us an opportunity to perform, to entertain, to share, especially since we do such a wide variety of shows.
I know in Gateway that quality is important there. Like, I don't remember any shows that I saw there that it didn't seem that quality, making sure that we were doing a quality production. I remember the set I had for On Golden Pond. I still think that's my most favorite set I've ever had. It was such a beautiful set. I wanted to live there. And not that I could, but I wanted to.
Gateway isn't just actors. It's sound techs, costume designers, stage managers, set builders, and yes, the guy who forgot the prop but still saved the scene.
Oh, one that I come back to every now and then, when I was a two-hander, just two actors, myself and another actor. We were doing Tuesdays with Maury. And there's a scene where he's supposed to have his cell phone and he's going to make a call or receive a call. And for some reason or other, he didn't remember to bring it on stage. But apparently the stage manager saw that he was without it, that it was backstage. Usually in those situations, you manage to cover it and the audience never knows. And so when we get to that part in the script, for the first time in the entire play, and the only time, door at the center of the back of the set slowly opens, a hand comes out about a foot off the floor with a cell phone and scoots it across the floor where everybody can hear it. And it was a good toss, because it ended up right at his feet. But we're both looking at each other going, well, that's different.
It's not just the director and some cast. There's a lot of people involved in doing a show. And I think it's important for a director to make sure that everybody understands what their part of the puzzle is and how important their part of the puzzle is, and that it all has to fit together to make the whole picture. And we can't do it with just a director and some actors on a stage. We need a lot more than that.
There's that whole maxim, let's put on a show, or hey kids, let's put on a show. And that's really what you get to see. But that it's not even just on stage, it's backstage. It's people coming in that, the dentist who knows a little bit of carpentry, who is now building a set. There's, the soccer mom that is now the prop master. There's everybody kind of rolling up their sleeves to really pitch in and help. And that's essentially what community is.
So I love doing makeup. So theater makeup is really fun because you get to age people or make them younger or turn them into totally new creatures, and I've loved doing that. And I've also worked backstage in theater, specifically with the kids shows, and then carting them all on and making sure they're doing their costume changes. It's pretty hectic back there, but it's super fun.
I've been on the stage acting, I've been behind the scenes doing makeup, I've been behind the scenes doing props, doing backstage. So, you can kind of try a little bit of everything, see where you fit in the most.
I did, I don't know, at least 20 shows where I did sound for the shows. And it's interesting too, I started off by playing LP records for sound, then cassette tape for sound, and then finally CD for sound. So I had the whole gamut of that. It gave me a wonderful background in sound, which is translated now into, I'm a professional DJ, and so it's given me an edge in my career.
I think community theater is so amazing for people who want to be involved in something. And I know with Gateway, there has been so much evolution.
Gateway is also very active in the greater Southbridge community. We participate in numerous activities that occur in the area. Some of these have included the annual Autumn Fest that happens in Southbridge. We participated in the Holiday Visions parade that they do. We also participated in the 200th anniversary of Southbridge parade that happened a few years ago. Also, we have done with the Historical Society what we call cemetery walks, where we have actors dress up as former residents of the community, and people come and learn about the history of Southbridge. We've worked with the Veterans Council on a program which highlighted quite a few of the sort of historic veterans from the community, where people got to find out about their lives and their history. We offer numerous workshops. Some of those include physical comedy workshops, clowning workshops, basic acting workshops, and we offer these to all ages. Every year we offer a scholarship to youth from Gateway. And to support that, we've held golf tournaments where we raise funds, which allows us then to give scholarships to these students. Recently, we hosted an event at the Jacob Edwards Library, which focused on the history of Gateway. We had a display featuring all kinds of information about Gateway over the past 50 years. And we've also done free performances on the town common for the residents of the area, which are always very interesting, and we get a good turnout, people coming out to see a performance that they may not normally see and come to at our theater. Since we began in 1975, we've always supported the town by taking part in these kind of events, and we just think it's a very important element of what we do as a community theater.
Some theaters last 5 years, some fade away. Gateway endured 50 years, over 200 shows, 0 salaries, but 100% passion.
But this is 100% nobody gets any money to be in Gateway, and yet they do it, and they're providing a service for the community, and to be around 50 years doing that, Gateway just plugs along, and we do our shows every year, and I think the community appreciates it.
Gateway really, this is going to sound silly, but opened the door, opened the gateway to me actually deciding to follow my dreams to write. I started to see that there were other opportunities, and I really started to entertain the thought that it's never too late, but Gateway showed me that it was possible. So when I had an idea for a play, Gateway said yes. They're the first ones to open the door to me. So really, I got my first opportunity to actually have something that I wrote staged in front of an audience. And I'll never forget opening night of the Monkey Bar Mafia. Gateway gave me the opportunity to not only have something that I wrote produced, but to see it and see it actually live and breathe. And it's just, I'll never forget it.
I was a scholarship winner back in high school, you know, like it was 11 years ago that I got it. And that helped me go through my first year of college. I got my degree in business. I now have 2 coffee shops that I'm running. And the scholarship definitely helped me get my foot in the door to getting those first steps to figuring out what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. And it was a really big honor to receive it because I know only 1 kid gets it every single year. So it meant a lot when I got that scholarship.
Hello, my name is Angelina Fanteroni, and I am a rising senior at Elon University. But originally, I am from Southbridge, Massachusetts. Gateway Players Theater gave me the confidence to be myself, speak in front of large audiences, make friends, and have an on-stage and on-air personality. One of my absolute favorite memories was getting my whole family involved in Gateway Players Theater's productions. From my dad playing a small role in Ellis Island musical, to my nephew then starring aside me in the best Christmas pageant ever, and then my mom, my sister, my nephew, and I, all sharing the stage in Trial of the Wicked Witch, the musical.
As Gateway enters its next act, the script is still unwritten. But the story will go on, because community isn't built in boardrooms. It's built in barns, under lights, with heart.
I find it a lot of fun. I find it keeps me mentally alert, keeps stretching my memory muscle, and it helps with empathy. It keeps that alive too. And in days like now. I think that's an important thing that everybody should be working on.
I would just say if you're looking for a great family community theater, go and find Gateway. They will accept you. They would be your family because this is a family and we will work together.
So here we are, 50 years as a local community theater, completely nonprofit, bringing live performances for anyone to come and see. So we think about what we did in the last 50 years. Let's see what happens in the next 50.
So that's me on the right.
Me.
All right.
And it's all.
And I am not happy.
I thought.
All right.
But that's okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go.
I thought of that when I was saying it.
Close your eyes and thought about the barn. What I had putting down. Let's hope my words aren't.
All right, am I good? All right. Guys, stick to the script.
The time, you can turn the camera off now.